feeling cold against your skin. Running through the chaos, letting all the sin. Temptation in a bottle, ready for the night. Craving for the thrill, it's time to ignite. Dark desires burning bright, echoes in the dead of night. No retreat, no looking back on this heart attack.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, my name's Ping. This is my channel Nights with Ping. It's good to be back for the late show. We got a lot of stories to talk about tonight. Seems like the world has gone mad, although I think that happens every day. But today specifically, it has gone mad. There is weird things happening all over the world, including in Australia apparently. Also in Staten Island. I feel like doing true crime, I always expect the world to have a day off, and it never happens. It's like every day there's something different. Every day there's some crime that I think would never, happen that happens, including a man who was found. Well, I'll tell you in a minute. Here, let me say hello to people. Hey, Sean, Kathy's here, Texas is here, Rachel, Betsy, Lindy, Kate is here. Hey, Kate. Hey, Kate. Good to see you. Gail is here. Good to see you guys. Jeanette. Hey, Jeanette. How are you, my friend? I haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're doing well. I'll tell you. Fine. I'll let you in on the secret. A man has been found decapitated in the bathroom of a Staten Island home. And they're saying here that his teenage son has been taken into custody in connection with the grisly killing, according to police. I don't know if... What is with the beheadings? We keep seeing all these people being beheaded. I don't want to keep repeating that phrase, but it seems to be... keeps happening. It keeps happening. Hey, Texas, how are you? Good to see you. Today is my birthday in the Central Time, not Sydney time. Happy birthday to you, Texas. I hope you're having a great birthday. I hate mornings. Hey, good to see you, my friend. Jackie's here. Good to see you guys. Yeah, say happy birthday to Texas, everyone. Awful crime. Stepson has now been arrested. What drove him to do this? I don't know, but here it says the person of interest, which is the stepson, his sister walked into the home on Carey Avenue in West Brighton after 4 p.m. on Monday and found trails of blood in rooms throughout the house. She then saw the decapitated victim in the bathtub. They're saying here a knife was still in the 45-year-old victim's neck when police arrived at the scene. A 19-year-old was taken into custody and is awaiting charges. He is said to be the victim's stepson, but has a history of mental illness, according to his mother. Now, this happened just in the last few hours. Crazy. It really is. You think the world can't get any worse, and then you just read these stories. Every day I think I'm not going to be surprised by something I read in true crime, and every day proves me wrong, apparently. There's not too much more information other than that on this one right now. Just that's what happened. I'll check one other place. Hold on. There's not too much. Yeah, I'll check Staten Island Live, see if they've got anything. They got a new photo of the home that we can have a look at. Very typical American style home. I always love these type of homes. We don't really have them in Australia. This type of home, they're not a thing here. I always love them. They always look so great. But there you go. There's a crime scene. You can see all that tape surrounding the home. If you look really near the front door, you can see someone dressed in a Tyvek suit, obviously doing crime scene analysis or investigation. Brutal crime. Let me see. What does Staten Island Live have to tell us? They are saying Detectives are investigating whether the fatality was was domestic in nature, although I think they believe now, being that it is the stepson, that that is true. They say one neighbor told SILive.com that she saw an adult woman crying and throwing up in the street outside the home, and she was shouting, "He's dead." A first responder arrived at the scene. The neighbor said the woman told EMS personnel, "The head is in the tub." Two other neighbors who spoke with reporters described seeing police take the person of interest into custody. They said the young man had blood on his face and boots. One described him as being calm and respectful with police. Okay, that's not abnormal. People who do these, unfortunately, do these type of things are often compliant when they are taken into custody. There's the worker in the Tyvek suit. Marlene says they behead often on the northern east coast. Okay. Betsy said, how in the heck do you do that without no one hearing it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Same place 10 years ago, a husband was found in a bathtub, deceased, and the wife faked being bound in a burning car. Crazy. It really is. By the way, some people have been asking me about when are we going to do anything with the second channel. Well, I have some good news for you. This weekend, we are going to start using it for Friday night live shows. So, Friday night live shows, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to hang out over there. And being that we're getting close to things like Halloween and Thanksgiving, I think what we might do is we might try some American items that Ping has never tried before, and then I'm going to tell you what I think. People always want me to try like American products and see what an Australian thinks of them. And this is an activity that Mrs. Ping also enjoys. You like trying products, don't you? Yeah, she likes trying products too. So that's what we're going to do. I think one of them might be pumpkin pie, because I've never had it. I don't think Mrs. Ping has ever had it. Have you had it? Yeah, she said no. She says she's never had it either. It's not really a thing. People don't eat pumpkin pie here. Um, so that's probably what we're going to be doing. We're probably going to be looking at maybe Thanksgiving food and Halloween candy. So, Texas said, "What's the name of the channel?" It is Ping Unfiltered. You can find me over there. Hold on. Let me see if I've got a link. Ping Unfiltered YouTube. I don't know if I can find it. It may not come up because it's not being used. Hold on. I'll leave a link in the description. I don't think I have it right here. Um, oh, I do have it. Yeah, I will. I will put it up here. So that's what we're going to use the second channel for. Things like that, because people keep asking me to do things like that, and I don't want to do it on this channel because we sort of focus on true crime and being more professional sometimes. So I thought we will do that. We'll do that. We'll try some Halloween candy coming up to Halloween, and then we will try some Thanksgiving food as well. Pumpkin pie. So we can get pumpkin pie from Costco down here during October, November. They sell it in Costco. So we've looked at it before, but we're sort of like, I don't know if we like it. So we will try it. We'll try it and let you know. Uh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate to the people who subscribed. It's very kind. So that's probably what we'll use the second channel for. Are we ever professional? Only sometimes. Only rarely. Yeah. So that story out of Staten Island. I don't have anything else for you except for I will keep an eye on it. And if we get an update about what's going on with the son or stepson, I'll let you know. But there's really not much else going on. Actually, 8 years. 8 years ago. 8 years ago? No. There was a similar story about 8 years ago, apparently. Wait, hold on. There was one earlier this year in Pennsylvania. Hold on, look at this. Hopefully this works. Son charged with murder after father found decapitated in their home. Justin Mon. Oh, Justin Mon. Is that the? We know this story. 32-year-old Pennsylvania man is accused. We know this one. He did the live stream with his dad's head. That's a quite a famous story. We know this one. But yeah, there you go. Earlier this year, son charged. So pretty does happen. Does happen apparently. Texas Roadrunner said, "Do you all eat pecan pie in Australia?" I don't know. Do we have pecan pie? There's a pecan pie ice cream that I buy. It tastes pretty good, but I don't know if we've. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I hear Morning says yes. Costco is almost as good as homemade. Don't forget the whipped cream. All right, that thing is about this big. It's about 2 kilos. So I hope I like it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to give it to family members and make them eat it too. Uh, I have no idea what it tastes like. Could we make it? How hard is it to make, people in the chat? Could we make it instead of I think you need specific like canned pumpkin. And I don't know if they sell it here. Oh, they might have it. It's pecan. Pecan? Yeah, I know. Pecan pie. Yeah. We have it. We know what pecans are. We do have those. I don't know if we have the pie version though. Kathy said pecan pie is sugar pie with nuts on top. Okay, I don't know what that is either. Kim says I'm a cherry pie girl. Americans like their pies. We're not. We like pies, but the savory type. Fruit type is not a massive thing here. Apple pie is a thing that gets eaten quite frequently in Australia. Apple and rhubarb is a thing that happens here. Cherry, berry, things like that you find in America is not like it's not a real big thing here. Pumpkin. Woman of Steel said pumpkin pie filling has all the spices in it. Yeah, I don't think we can get that. I don't think we can get that. Not at all. You just need the pie filling. We'd have to check the American store. There is an American store somewhere over in this direction that we could look at. Apple slash apricot Danish. Danishes are pretty popular in Australia. Danny says cream cheese sweet potato pie. I don't think we have that. Make your own spices. Who do you think I am? This is the guy that forgets to eat food and doesn't eat food for like 2 days. You think I'm going to sit there and make my own spices, do you? I think you're misguided in who you think I am. Kathy says we don't say pecan here. We say puccan, pucan pie. Okay, we don't do that. Gayla says powdered spices and mix them. Oh, I don't think it would make it in time, but yes, we are doing something with that. Hold on. It costs a lot to make some of these cakes you mentioned, does it? I thought I forgot what pie we're going to eat. Pumpkin pie. I thought that would be the simplest because it's like pumpkin and other stuff. And look, we could just go to Costco. It's like $20 and you can just buy the giant pie. It's like 2 kilos. It's bigger than my head. And well, the people in the chat are saying it's really good. They're saying the Costco one is pretty good. So that's what we'll be doing. We're going to do that on the second channel, leading up to Halloween and Thanksgiving. So you guys want to have some fun, do something that's not quite true crime related. We're going to be hanging out and just doing random things. So that's what we'll be doing. And we will give out the PO box closer to that, because then if you want to send something in, you want us to try it, you want us to open it on air, you want us to show something that you sent in, we could do that too on the second channel. So um why is the pie so enormous? I don't, because it's Costco. Everything has to come in like 3 kilos or more. You can't have anything that's like small. It has to be 900 kilos. It's Costco. Pakon? Pukon? I don't. Pakon pie? I think I'm just gonna keep saying it as pecan pie. I think that's what I'm gonna do. By the way, you would have seen a live show that was booked in for yesterday. It wasn't a live show to actually do a live show. It was I booked it and I left a message in the chat so that when people woke up in America, they could read the message and know what was going on. Yesterday, about 5 p.m. in the afternoon, I think it was just before 5, we got notice from the appeals court that, here, what does it say? Yeah. The Director of Public Prosecutions has filed an appeal against the sentence of Aaron Patterson with the Court of Appeal. Now, yes, so that is what's going on. We told you a few weeks ago that is a possibility that the DPP would file their own appeal. Now, what can they file that appeal against? Well, it's against the sentencing. It's in the name. It's in the sentence that was handed down to Aaron. Now, what is it called? It's called manifestly inadequate. And it's as the name is described, it basically means that the DPP believes that the sentence that was handed down was too light, that it wasn't adequate to fit the crimes. They're saying that Justice Beale erred in his sentence. So um, we'll see what happens with that. The real when we're at the sentencing, or we did it on this channel live, I told you there was only really two ways it could go. It was life with no parole or life with parole. We got life with parole. So the only thing that if they appeal it that they could possibly ask for would be to remove that parole date from her sentence. That's the only thing they could do. So that would probably be the crux of the issue should it go to the appeals court. So we'll have to wait and see. There is no date as of yet. I haven't been updated on one, but I'll let you know when there is a hearing booked in. I don't have any new information on that today. I thought we might get something this morning because they told us that there might be something more coming today, but so far we haven't got it. So there you go. There's your little update. Gail said after it said it was waiting on you to go live, it took your chat comments away. Oh, really? Oh, wonder why it did that. Okay, sorry about that to those people. So there you go. There you go. There's your little update. I'm not going to do too much more on that because there's no point. There's just nothing else really going on right now with it. The other thing we're waiting on is for Erin to lodge her appeal. So it sounds like we're probably going to get two appeals going at the same time. So we're probably going to have one from Erin's side, one from the DPP, both looking at very vastly different things. We'll see what happens. Probably know more on this over the coming week or two. So in probably the rest of this week and maybe guys, come on, hold on. Hey, what are you doing? Hi, buddy. He was playing with the power cord to the computer. He was like lying on the ground and wrestling the power cord. I don't want him to pull it out and then we'll go dark. There'll be no more live show. Hey, by the way, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, my friend. Puckan. Puckan, pecan, puckan. It sounds like a swear word. Puckan. Get out of here, you puckan. Don't puckan talk to me like that. Yeah. So that is your update for that. I don't have it. My internet connection was restored. Okay, maybe we did lose. Maybe we did lose the power. Um, However you say it, it's too sugary. Okay, I've never had it. Kim says, I saw a notification for a 7 a.m. live this morning. I ain't coming on at 7 a.m. Woman said, okay, second Revolutionary War over pronunciation of pecan pie. That's right. All right, let's move to our other story. This one is real. It's another one. It's another really gruesome crime. I told you before, I wake up every day thinking that I've seen everything in true crime. And then this happens. Chainsaw murder in Bega. They're saying Gordon Kesey, 44, was found dead on Monday. He'd been attacked with weapons, including a chainsaw. So someone got a chainsaw, met him in a street, and cut him with the chainsaw. What is going on in the world? They're saying he was found dead in a park on East Street in Bega on the New South Wales South Coast in the early hours of Monday morning. A second man is fighting for life in hospital after witnesses heard yelling and screaming around 2 a.m., followed by the revving of a chainsaw. They say, taking to social media on Tuesday, the partner of Mr. Kesey of more than a decade, Amanda Manton, issued an emotional tribute. She says, I'm going to miss you, Gordon. I loved with all my heart during 11 years of us together. Don't worry, your death won't be forgotten about. And I know that whoever loved you like I did will make sure them dogs won't be breathing soon. They're effed when they go to jail, get killed dogs. Sharing a clip of a brawl between Lebanese and Aboriginal inmates at a New South Wales prison, she warned a similar fate to her partner's alleged attackers. Here's a photo of Amanda and Mr. Kesey right there, Gordon. I I don't know what to tell you. Cut down with a chainsaw and killed. You have to ask, what is the world coming to? This is how we deal with people now, is it? We get chainsaws and hurt people. They said this is what Gordon would have done to them dogs if they didn't use chainsaws and knives and weapons to kill him, because he would have jumped all over. In a different post, she said pugilist dogs couldn't fight one on one, had to mob and kill with weapons. Die dogs. A third post said, four lads involved killed my man to death. They think they're getting away with it, prepared to be killed. According to the paper here, the Daily Telegraph said that she was nearby when he was killed, and followed police as they rushed to the scene. She said she broke down when she learned of Gordon's death. Miss Manton said a woman approached her and said, "Hey sis, they've got your man down there with the chainsaw." She said she walked up to the scene because there were cops everywhere, assuming that Gordon had gone to hospital or something. And one of the officers said, he's deceased. He's been found deceased in the park. Miss Manton said her partner had struggled with drug addiction and had served time behind bars, but changed his life for the better after meeting her. Okay. Uh, they're saying here it's understood that Mr. Kesey was well known to police, who are now probing whether drugs were a motive for the deadly confrontation. They say here, word of the gruesome attack spread fast through the coastal town. They said here, someone commenting said, my mate gave me a call and said someone was being attacked by a chainsaw down the road. Police established a crime scene at the park as an investigation was launched in partnership with homicide detectives. They're asking anyone with CCTV or dash cam to call Crime Stoppers. So they are looking into what was a reason that Gordon had to be killed in this way. It is crazy to me. Hold on. What is going on? There we go. Let's see. I want to see if we get the Daily Telegraph one up for you guys to have a look at. Yeah, police reveal Bega Bigger man's cause of death after violent altercation. New South Wales police revealed they do not believe a chainsaw was responsible for the death of Gordon Kessie, who was horrifically murdered in Bega on Monday morning. During a press conference outside Bega Police Station, Chief Inspector Shane Jessup confirmed a chainsaw was involved in the violent altercation, but said it was not physically used on the victims. Thank God. They say, I can confirm there was a chainsaw produced during that incident. At this stage, the chainsaw doesn't appear to be responsible for any injuries sustained, although he then continues and says, Mr. Kessie sustained stab wounds. So, not that different, really. He was hit with a sharp weapon and died due to those injuries. So, um, it's not dissimilar. They're saying here they confirmed a second victim still undergoing treatment in Bega Hospital also suffered some sort of sharp-edged weapon wounds. Crazy. Yeah, I want to see if we can find that police press conference for you because I want to hear it. That's not it. Hey, cats. That's not it. Hold on. Hmm. Past 24 hours. Strange. Okay. I cannot find that. Maybe they didn't air it. Maybe it was just done in person. I can't find it. Hold on. All right, let me see if I can find it. Well, I'm in one way I'm glad he wasn't attacked with a chainsaw, but it doesn't matter. He's still not here, right? And was killed in a pretty violent way. I don't think there's that big a difference between either event. Let's see. No, it doesn't seem like I can find it. If I do end up finding it, I'll bring it to you. But yeah, apparently there was a press conference not long ago. Um, yeah, Mr. Kessie died after a confrontation in which witnesses said multiple different weapons were pulled, including a chainsaw, apparently. Police are now investigating whether a drug debt was a factor in his death, as another man remains critical in hospital. Would you try and chainsaw somebody for that? I guess so. People in the town are saying they're not scared. Okay. Other residents in the town, Owen March, weren't as shocked as others. He said, this sort of thing is also happening right across Australia. Look at what happened in Sydney the other day with that shooting. I mean, there's been a bunch of crazy things in Australia and Sydney this year. We had a woman earlier this year dragged out of her home, put into a vehicle, and shot within minutes of being abducted from her home. That one happened, 5 months ago, and the person Owen is right that it's. I mean, there's been many different violent crimes that have happened just this year alone. Hold on, I'm just going to. Who is messaging me? Hmm? Uh, I haven't got used to my new phone yet, so okay. All right. There we go. Let me see. Hey Jeanette, how are you? I Hate Morning says turkey, but we usually have both since the guys favor ham, then ham on New Year's and Easter. Are you talking about food for Thanksgiving? Carolina said, did you see the one where a 95-year-old woman is charged with murder in a nursing home? In a nursing home? I don't think I saw anything about that. Hold on. You sure? Oh, there is. ABC New York. It was a few weeks ago. She's apparently a charged with murder. She murdered a Holocaust survivor. Okay. I don't know if you guys want to see this or what she's talking about. I guess murder can happen at any age. People feel the need. Here, I'll take you to Fox 5 in New York.
Unthinkable crime in Coney Island. A 95-year-old woman now being charged with murder for the fatal beating of her elderly roommate.
So disturbing. Fox 5's Sharon Crowley is live in Coney Island with more on the investigation. Sharon?
Yeah, we're getting some new information from the criminal complaint about exactly how this crime took place. We are live right now in Coney Island. We're outside the Seagate Rehabilitation and Nursing Center in Coney Island. And as you said, police have charged a 95-year-old woman with murdering her 89-year-old roommate. Both of them were in this facility when it happened. Now, this happened Sunday on a third floor room of this residential facility. Now, according to the criminal complaint that was filed by the Brooklyn DA, a nurse telling police that she checked on the 89-year-old victim, Nina Kravtsov, and she said that she was asleep. And then an hour later, the nurse returned to the room only to find her covered in blood and her roommate, the defendant, 95-year-old Galina Smirnova, washing blood off of her clothing in the bathroom. Now, the criminal complaint reads in part that the victim, Nina Kravtsov, was lying in her bed, non-responsive, covered in blood with a gash mark about her face. And further, the witness saying that the defendant was in the bathroom that is inside the patient room and observed that the defendant's hospital gown was bloody and the defendant had blood on her legs, and the defendant was also washing her hands in the bathroom sink. I spoke with families who have relatives in this care facility a short time ago. You can imagine they were shocked.
I was terrified. I didn't know what to think, actually. And it's like the first thing I did was call to make sure my mom was okay and that nobody else got hurt. And then I came to visit her today.
I heard about accident. That's it. That somebody killed somebody.
I like this lady's description of what happened. I hear about the accident, and I hear somebody killed someone. She's very matter of fact. Matter of fact. Gayla said she used the footrest from a wheelchair. Shows you never to discount anyone doing anything ever. That's crazy. Danny says Alzheimer's, dementia, don't clean up or try to hide. Okay. Did they? That's brutal. 95-year-old woman beating fellow nursing home resident to death with wheelchair part. Wow. I mean, it just shows you that, like, even at 95, you could still commit a pretty violent crime. Oh, they have a photo of it. Yeah, look here. Is this the part that they're talking about? That the part of the wheelchair? That's what they used? Charged with murder in nursing home. They're saying that Grastov had a serious head injury, or she had a serious head injury and died at hospital. Her name was Nina. She was 89 years old. They're saying here, records show Seagate, the facility, had more than 100 complaints since 2021 and is also facing a class action lawsuit over claims of unsafe staffing levels. Well, that would make sense considering that someone was able to beat someone at 95 years old with a wheelchair part. Wow. Shows you don't be messing with our elderly people. They are very strong. They are strong people even at 95. Don't mess with them. She threw it out the window. Okay. Yeah, don't mess with anyone. I mean, we often say that older people have taken advantage of, but they'll defend themselves. Look what happened. Danny says, my mom hid things, but not her messes. She was dementia. That's sad to hear. Rachel said, just call me Kim. You're talking to Kim. All we can do is keep moving forward and enjoy the good times. I agree. Too many get jealous over younger ladies? Sure. 95 and 89. It's an age gap of half a decade. Sean says, no more Tai Chi classes for that nursing home. no more. Gail said staff was seen checking both times. She said she did it on CCTV. Good to God. Wait they had operating windows. Sure, I believe you. All right, let's move on from that. What is the world coming to? Really, what is the world coming to? I never. First, we had a guy in Staten Island decapitated. Then we had a guy who was possibly attacked with a chainsaw but wasn't. Then we had a 95-year-old woman who attacked someone with a wheelchair part. People. I don't get it. Hold on. You know, I wonder what attracts us to true crime sometimes. And sometimes I think it's because we can't understand or can't put ourselves in that mental frame of mind where someone would do that to another human. And I think for some of us, it's sort of very frustrating, but that you can't do that, and you're like, why does this happen to people? Why do people do it? And trying to put yourself into that headspace is you know, frustrating because you go, why would you beat someone with a wheelchair part, or why would you decapitate this person? It's hard to understand. Here, I want to take you to. No, I don't want to do that story. Someone sent me a story about a Florida man, but I don't want to do that one. It's a no. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's see. What else do I have on my list of things? Oh, okay. We like this type of story. Let's head out to Connecticut. Let's head out to Connecticut if I can get this done. Yep. Let me take you out to Connecticut.
Accused of trying to kill a man she shares a child with by poisoning him.
33-year-old Kristen Hogan is charged with attempted murder for allegedly putting antifreeze in his wine. Your reporter Owen Kingsley is live outside Danbury Superior Courthouse with what we know tonight. Owen.
Well, after originally denying it, court records show that Hogan admitted to police that she poisoned the victim, but not with the intent of killing him. In those same court records, the victim says that he believes that Hogan did it allegedly because she wanted to gain full custody of their child.
It's really tragic. It's really, really tragic. That's too bad.
According to court documents, on August 10th, the victim reportedly drank some wine that was already opened in his fridge. Hours later, he started slurring his words, staggering, and vomiting. Doctors recognized his symptoms as ethylene glycol poisoning. Later testing proved the chemical was in the wine.
I know that domestic violence happens in every community, so I guess there's a part of me that's not surprised. Again, I'm appalled that somebody would do that. It just seems like that would be a cruel way to go.
The victim also told police he believes she poisoned the wine a few days prior on August 7th. That's when he arrived to Danbury Superior Court for a complaint filed by Hogan, but she never showed up. The victim also got an alert that Hogan's cell phone was uploading data to the Wi-Fi router in his home on that same day. A warrant reveals Hogan told investigators she never intended to kill him, but just wanted to make him sick. Investigators also say before the alleged poisoning, Hogan Google searched how much monoethylene glycol would kill you. They allege she also searched other chemicals and how much of each, quote, would kill you.
It's really sad. You know, people need to talk out their situations and their disagreements, you know, rather than taking to something like that.
We have reached out to Kristen Hogan's attorney for comment and have not yet heard back. She is due back in court here in Danbury on Thursday. Your reporter live in Danbury, I'm Owen Kingsley, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
So another poisoning, unfortunately. This woman, Kristen Emily Hogan, antifreeze, apparently. They're saying here state police began an attempted murder investigation after a patient at a Connecticut hospital was thought to be suffering from ethanol glycol poisoning And they said this is the main ingredient found in antifreeze. They're saying here the 34-year-old victim told police he believed 33-year-old Kristen had poisoned him. They say he told troopers he had a dinner party on August 5th with family. At the end of the night, he corked the remaining wine in a bottle and put it in the fridge. On August 7th, the victim arrived at court in response to a complaint filed by Hogan, but she never showed up. While he was waiting for her to arrive, he got an alert on his phone that Hogan's cell phone was uploading data to the Wi-Fi router in his home. When he returned home, Hogan was not there. On August 10th, the victim told police he drank some of the leftover wine in the fridge. After that, he became increasingly sick until he was hospitalized under the suspicion he was having a stroke. Doctors recognized the victim's symptoms as a result of ethanol glycol poisoning. Later testing would prove that it was, in fact, in the wine. He was placed on dialysis and admitted into ICU. That's really awful to do that to someone. They say here a search of Kristen's phone found she'd searched things like how much monoethylene glycol would kill you, penalty for not appearing for court hearing on your own motion. Crazy. So they also say here, I know that DV happens in every community, so I guess there's a part of me that's not surprised. Again, I'm appalled that somebody would do that, Donald said. It just seems like that would be a cruel way to go. An arrest warrant reveals that there were also times their child was inexplicably sick and hospitalized. That sounds like Munchausen. If you're poisoning not only your ex-partner but also poisoning your child, that doesn't sound like a good thing. What does this say? We have some court documents here. I have some court documents for you. All right, it's going to be white background. Sorry about that. Criminal information summary. It gives her address. There's Kristen Emily Hogan. And so she's on a $1 million bond, criminal attempt / murder. And they give some of the information there. Not a lot on this document. All right, what does my other document say? Let's have a look. Oh, come on, you silly thing. State of Connecticut Superior Court. Just the criminal charges, criminal attempted murder, interfering with an officer, and a second count of criminal attempt of murder. And that's her charge sheet. Bail set at $1 million. $1 million. There you go. It's a lot of bail. What else do we have here? The adult male is 34 years old. He will be referred to as victim 1. There have been other names that have been redacted and replaced as well, including 2 juveniles. The following juvenile with redacted will be referred to as juvenile 1. The second one with redacted will be referred to as juvenile 2. And they just talk about how he was brought to the hospital by his mother in early August, and the blood test revealed that he had ethylene glycol in his system, which is a poisonous ingredient within antifreeze and other household products. Oy, oy, oy. I want to know what's this whole uploading data to the Wi-Fi router at the home. Apparently, Victim 1 said he woke up in the middle of the night multiple times and became increasingly ill. At approximately 6 a.m. in the morning, Victim 1 woke up vomiting and called his father for advice. Victim 1's father directed him to call his mother, who lives in the local area. Victim 1's mother arrived and found her son slurring his words, staggering, and vomiting. She brought him to a hospital at his request. They initially believed he was experiencing a stroke. Doctors believed he was then. After further investigation, they knew it was antifreeze poisoning. Is he all right today? That's what I'm trying to find out in this document. So they talk about how he consumed that wine. They sent that wine to be submitted to the Connecticut Forensic Laboratory for further testing. And I'm just having a look here. Full unrestricted. They're saying here that the motive of this would be the fact that Kristen would become the full owner of their residence and would gain full-time custody of their child. Ay, ay, ay. Insane. Providing the records via email. So these are medical charts here, basically saying what his blood tests stated in hospital. I'm just trying to read here what it says. So it's saying here that also one of the juveniles, juvenile number 1, was exhibiting signs of fatigue and was not eating, and they took the child to a pediatrician, and that apparently juvenile 2 also went to a hospital in October of last year with similar symptoms. So they're saying that there's possibly something else here going on with the children as well. They're saying that, yeah, possibly she's been hurting the children maybe as well. That's awful. Doctors did not have a diagnosis. Yeah, they're saying that. Oh, okay. So according to this, Kristen said that she believed it was the dad's fault. That it's the dad's fault because the child only became ill when the child was in the care of the father. So she's trying to paint this as if it's his fault. But I think now with the poisoning allegations on of her trying to poison him, that no longer flies in the face of anything. What does it say? It was a hard's prize for that. So she also tried to present videos on her phone showing the lethargic behavior of juvenile 1, and again trying to paint it as if it was the father who was hurting the child. She also mentioned how she believed that victim 1, that's the man who was poisoned with the antifreeze, was tampering and poisoning juvenile 2's medication. Hogan stated a police report was filed, but no evidence was ever found. Hogan believed that victim 1 may have been poisoning juvenile 1. Hogan stated that juvenile 1 was brought to the hospital on the 13th of the 9th, 2025 for being severely lethargic. Juvenile 1 was then brought to a different hospital for the same symptoms. Hogan stated that the doctors did not have a diagnosis, but she believed victim 1 could be poisoning juvenile 1 because she claimed juvenile 1 only became ill when he was in victim 1's care. Hogan mentioned that they may have that they have been involved in redacted. Hogan stated that she more recently started living back at the same residence where victim 1 lives, which is contradictory to what victim 1 has stated. Victim 1 informed us that Hogan's primary residence was not at their home and that she would come and go as she pleased due to her having full access. Hogan stated that she had videos on her phone showing the lethargic behavior of juvenile 1. Okay. So it doesn't tell us anything else about. So apparently on when they examined the cell phone, Kristen Hogan's cell phone, apparently she searched for potassium cyanide, potassium ferricide, citrate cyanide, potassium thiocyanate, and monoethyl glycol. There you go. And she also searched for kilograms to pounds, milligrams to grams, milligrams to fluid ounce. 1 quart is how many ounces? Further review of Hogan's cloud history on the 6th of August revealed a search for penalty for not appearing to court hearing on your own motion. And this was 1 day prior to the scheduled court date for Hogan and victim 1. Detective Robertson reviewed the location history of the cell phone, which revealed the phone was in the immediate area of redacted at these hours when she was due to appear at Danbury Superior Court at the time. It definitely sounds like there is something going on with her. Yeah, Hogan stated that she still believes that Juvenile 1 ingested something and that he only becomes sick when he is alone with Victim 1. Hogan stated that there were similarities between Juvenile 1 and Juvenile 2's illness, although they were sick at different times. It would only occur when they were alone with Victim 1. Oh, really? Really? So somehow, it's all sounding a bit suspicious. Somehow, your ex partner becomes poisoned and he ends up in hospital almost dying and having to go on dialysis. And somehow, when you're at the hospital talking about the children also being ill, you keep going, oh, look over here. It's definitely my partner who's slowly dying himself. It all sounds a little convenient. Sounds a little convenient. Um, hey, Gracie, how are you? Oh, you're healing from surgery? I hope you get better soon, my friend. Hey, Joe, what's up, brother? Pingaroos? That sounds like something people might do at a rave. They might be like, do you have any of those pingaroos? Rachel said, so she was poisoning a child to make look like the dad was doing it. It definitely seems that way. I mean, I've got nothing to prove it, but it sort of looks that way with this document. Did we just? There we go. To psych the. Oh, really? So Hogan then remembered that she purchased monoethanol glycol, ethylene glycol on the 28th of July, 2025 from Amazon. And they're saying here that she allowed them to take a photo of the purchase date on her phone. Hogan stated she purchased it because she was using that specific chemical to clean the carpet at her mother's house. Oh, really? Hogan stated that the ethylene glycol never left her mother's house. She then stated, the officer stated to Hogan that we knew she was at victim one's residence on the 8th, the 7th of August based on her cell phone locations. They say they then confronted Hogan and explained that victim one was hospitalized for ethylene glycol poisoning and that a beverage in victim one's home tested positive for ethylene glycol. Hogan denied these claims and then stated that she never intended to kill him, but just wanted to make him sick as payback for being mentally abusive. Hogan was asked if she measured the amount of ethylene glycol she put in his drinks. She stated that she did not know how much she put in his drink, but stated it was not that much, but she just poured it in. There you go, she ain't even measuring. They're saying here Sergeant Bayan then asked how much wine was in the bottle, to which he stated it was mostly full. Hogan described the wine as the color red and confessed to bringing the bottle of ethylene glycol and dumped an unknown amount into the wine bottle. Hogan was asked if there were any other times she placed ethylene glycol into any of his beverages. Hogan stated she poured the monoethylene glycol into an iced tea bottle of Victim 1 on a separate date. Then, when she poured it into the wine, so twice. Hogan stated she did not know how much ethylene glycol she poured into the iced tea, but it was a very small amount. When they asked Hogan if her child or juvenile 2 could have ingested the ethylene glycol, to which she adamantly denied, Hogan expressed that she was trying to make victim 1 feel sick because she was redacted and redacted. Hogan stated it was only the wine and the iced tea, and nobody else knew she was tampering with his drinks. They asked her if she became concerned once she discovered victim 1 was in hospital with renal failure. Hogan determined that must have been the reason for why she redacted, searched how much monoethylene glycol would kill you. So, there you go. A very twisted woman. A very twisted woman. Her motivations Not entirely sure, but I would be worried about those children, and more investigation needs to go into why they kept winding up ill. I don't know, it doesn't tell me, but it sounds like there were 2 juveniles, juvenile 1 and juvenile 2. I don't know which ones are his, and that's probably a good thing. Children are, you know, they should have privacy in these type of things. It just gives me victim 1 and victim 2. I mean, juvenile 1 and juvenile 2. Victim 1 is the ex-partner. Uh Yeah, really brutal. It definitely sounds like there may be some sort of like um Munchausen type thing going on here. I'd be very worried about those children, and I hope they are never alone in her care for the time being. I mean, yeah, it definitely sounds like she's been trying to paint him as someone who's been poisoning his children, but I don't know how that works when she's the one who's just been charged with attempted murder for poisoning him while admitting to it, but also having all these ingredients in searches on her phone. Things like kilograms to pounds and ounces and all these conversion type charts for body weight for poisons. Brutal. She's being held, so she's in jail on a $1 million bond. So she ain't getting out unless she's got $1 million. But I think that's all I have on her. Hold on, let me check one other place. Yeah, I don't have too much more about her. Seems like it hasn't gone national yet. This is very, very localized to the area. There's not a lot of like outside coverage. So this is in Connecticut. Connecticut. Uh, yeah. The husband told police he believes his estranged wife poisoned him in order to become the full owner of the residence and would gain full-time custody of their child. Hogan was arrested last Friday, October 3rd, so like 3-4 days ago, and is currently being held in jail on a $1 million bond in relation to those charges. So she admitted to police that she poured the ethylene glycol into the wine and into an iced tea. I want to know more about the children. I want to know why were they being sick, and I don't think it's got anything to do with the husband hurting them. I mean, it would be very unusual for two people to be poisoning sort of one woman poisoning the husband and then the husband poisoning the children. That would be extremely unusual. I have to ask Stacy. Stacy would know the psychology behind it, but I would suggest that if it was true, it would be a very rare occurrence to have that type of structure uh, with the criminal offending. One poisoning the other adult, and then the other adult poisoning the children. So I would say, judging by the material on here, it would be her poisoning the husband and then making the children sick to make him look bad. That would be more likely than the other scenario. If they can prove that with the children, I hope she's never ever let anywhere near them again. Because that it takes a really sick and twisted person to do that to try and get back at your ex partner. To hurt your own children to benefit yourself. That's a very sick person. Sean, I was going to call you Susan. Uh, Sean, hit the thumbs up button. Don't make me beg. Yeah, if you could do that, I would appreciate it. If you want to hit that subscribe button too, that would also help me out. I would appreciate that. By the way, Sean did a couple of these. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. And Kathy earlier tonight. Thank you. It is very kind of you. I'll check the other one while we're here. By the way, we have got someone to help with some ending videos because I keep forgetting to do them. So we've got someone that's going to help. So if you do super chats, or if you do, even if you're a membership person, or you do the other type of donations, you will end up back in the ending videos like we used to do. So we used to do them last year, then we stopped doing them because they were getting very difficult to keep up with on a day-to-day basis. The thing I'll tell you is this: it'll be updated weekly. It's the only way we can do it and then keep on top of it without getting behind, and then people feel upset that they're not included. So we're going to update them on a Sunday night every week. So every week on a Sunday, the ending video will be updated, and then so if you've done a donation in that week, you'll be included in the video. So back to the way it used to be. I know a lot of people really like those videos, and they like seeing their name up there, being a contributor to the channel. And we will go back to it now. So we've got someone that's going to help do some video editing for us, which will be good. They're also going to work on doing shorts because I don't know how to do them. Someone is going to help us do like the shorts for YouTube, and we've got someone that's going to minimize some of our long videos and put them up on YouTube and do that for us. Danny says, good grief, I just knocked over my favorite brandy glass, wasted all that brandy. I'm more concerned about the glass. Woman of Steel said, liked number 38. Yeah, come on, please like that thing. I don't ask for anything when I do my shows. I hope, and I think every time I do my shows, I hope that people will just do it. And maybe I've got to start asking more. Maybe I've got to start being more forceful and being like, hit that subscribe button for Ping. You should do it right now. I can see all of you. I have cameras into your homes. I can see if you're not touching that like button. I can see it. Hey, you over there, that person. I don't see your mouse on the like button, or I don't see your finger on your phone touching the like button. It's you. I can see him. Mimi says, off topic, but did you hear of the Texas mom shot her 4 kids? I did not. Chipmunk said, no crying over spilt brandy. Warner Steele said, did you find someone to make you a new background poster? No. We're still looking into options of what to do. We have a couple that we like. We're still working out what we're going to do. We're thinking of putting some LED lights up over here. So if we do make a new poster, we're thinking of doing like LED rope around it. So it'll be like shiny and bright, and it'll look really cool. Or like, do you guys know these things? You know what nano leaves are? Hold on, nano leaves. Do you know what nano leaves are? We're thinking of maybe doing some like nano leaf type things on the wall to make it more bright, because the white is very blank. It's not as colorful as it used to be, and it's a bit annoying that it's not. But these type of things, I'll show you a photo. You guys ever seen these? So they light up and they change to like the voice and the things like that. So we're thinking of maybe doing something like that. Kelly M said, Ping, you would be really good in shorts. Like the clothing or the YouTube thing? Just call me Kim. Be careful with the LED lights. They fail sometimes. Okay, I will. Fake the background? I think we can. Hold on. If we go here, there's a way of doing it. I just don't know how to do it. Oh, that's not how you do it. If you go to, is it camera? Uh-huh. There we go. There we go. It's Ping in a brick wall. It looks terrible. We'd have to get a green screen. because my chair is sort of like I look like I'm floating in the brick wall. But it looks terrible. It looks horrible. Um, it looks like I'm out of a 90s children's show, and I'm some sort of like, I'll get you next time, gadget, next time. That type of graphics. Oh my god, that's terrible. Let me see, what else do we have? What is this? Oh, there we go. This is my new house, everyone. I hope you like it. It's we bought it with all that YouTube money we make, all that YouTube cash that we get. We bought this $1 million home. I hope it's impressive for you. We'll have to find a better background. Maybe we'll do a background for now until we can get the new poster and LED lights working. But it looks like I'm floating here. Why? I don't know why. It's like I'm only half a person. I'm half a body. It's weird. It's like I'm a torso only. I've become one of the stories that I've talked about. um no, I didn't see it. I'll ask her. Did she really? She has a huge neon sign of her name. Oh my god, that's so funny. I looked one up. Actually, I'll show you. We looked one up for a neon sign. We looked one up, but the prices were just too much. Like I can't justify it. I really can't. They were talking about like over $1,000, and I was like, I I can't justify that cost. Um, I think it was this one. Yeah, it was. It was this one here. It was this company here. So you can like have ones like that do this, but the prices look pretty good, right? But look, yeah. So we'll do. Yeah. There we go. Nights with Ping, but we could do it a different one. The base cost is $551. And if you want it like a bigger one, it's like over $2,302. If I want a medium one, it's $1,000, and that's with like, it's insane. Like the costs are just insane. So I don't think I will be doing that. Although they had some pretty cool. I liked. Where's the one I liked? Was it? Here you go. It looks like our old logo. I would do something like that, but you choose that font and it jumps up $300. So I don't think I will do that anytime soon. It's just way outside of our price range. It really is. So I don't know. At some point, I like that lettering though. It's called Vancouver. Look at this, like old 70s style. That one's pretty cool too. You can get one that changes colors too. RBG coloring. There you go. So it changes different colors. That's probably what we would get. So it changes and flashes, but it's insane, the cost. It's insane. How much was this one? It doesn't tell me. Oh, okay. This one is it starts at $1,959 and goes up to $3,524. I can't, guys. Like I can't justify that. So we'll do something else. We'll make something. We'll do something else. I can't justify spending that kind of money on it. Kathy said, "Ping, how is Reby?" I haven't spoken to her for a while, for a couple of months. I haven't spoken to her for a while. I don't know. I'll reach out to her and see how she's doing. Mural painter? We're not allowed to paint this wall. We can't paint on this wall. Yeah, there you go. Temu, do they do custom? Can you get a custom sign on Temu with what you want on it? I'll have a look. It'll probably come and then it'll all be in. It'll probably be not what I ordered, because that's sort of how Temu works. You look at something on Temu, you're like, this looks great, and then you get it and it's not what you ordered. They do, really? I'll have a look. If they do something like that, I'll see, because 2,000 whatever dollars is crazy money. Crazy money. Anything you choose, yeah. Temu will be 4 inches. It'll be like this big, and I'll put it up here. You guys won't be able to see it. Yeah, so we're looking at options, maybe getting a new hanging sign again, and we'll just run LED rope around it, like behind it, so it sort of glows behind the sign, something like that. So yeah, we're looking at different things, or maybe these LED nano leaves, which are really cool. They react to music and the sound and stuff like that, which are pretty cool. Why have never ordered from Temu? That's right. They sell neon crayons. What is a neon crayon? You guys will have to tell me. I don't know what a neon crayon is. Mural art piece you can remove like on a canvas. We could ask a nice artist on one of those commission type sites to paint something for us. Yeah, we could do that. Chipmunk said if you order it from Temu, it will be Nights with Pong. That's all right. I can be Nights with Pong. I can make it work. Mimi says, can you do a fake background with a neon sign? Uh, can we do that? Yeah, hold on. Uh, we could do something like that. Here we go. I'll see if I can find something. I don't know how to look though. You have to have real specific backgrounds to do this. What? Why would someone want this? Hold on. I'll see if I can do this one because this one's hilarious. Save image. Oh, I don't know if it'll work. Damn. Ah, nope. Yeah, let me see if I can upload it. Oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, let me see. We go like this. Nope. Ah. We're having a great time not doing the things we should. What is going on? All right, I don't know what's going on. We're having some weird problems with the our software for some reason. All right, I can't do it. I'll do it when I get off the air, and I'll see if I can play with it for next time. I was going to use this because this was so funny. I thought you guys might find this hilarious, but should I have that behind me in neon? I think that would be pretty funny. Would be pretty funny. Sean said a background, a similar color to your jacket will help the artifacting issue. Sure. Yeah, well, like a green screen, right? Or chroma key. Betsy said, can't you just get a green screen and design your own background? We probably could. We could put a green screen here and then just have our own background. That's a possibility. We could do that. Is that my new chair? Nope. It's not. It's the old one. It's still the old one. As you can see, it's all peeling. Look. We haven't built the new one yet. Still haven't built it. It's been sitting over here for like 3 months. Because Ping is... I'm going to have to build it though. I'll have to build it. No, it's not my new chair. We haven't built it yet. So I waited 2 months for it to arrive, and then I just didn't build it yet. There's some logistical reasons why I haven't built it yet. All right. Let's get out of that. Let's get rid of this. We talked about the antifreeze lady. We already did that. Is that the one we want? No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Hold on. Let's check this out for a minute. Yeah. Did they find this child? Apparently there's an 11-year-old boy missing in New York in Brownsville, and he's nonverbal. And they're trying to find him. I'm just trying to find, did they ever find him? All right, we have to talk about this. Yeah, let's go to CBS New York.
Is underway for a missing 11-year-old boy in Brooklyn. Children's Services is now involved, and the boy's mother is in police custody.
But she denies having a child. Alicia Reed reports there are more questions than answers.
This second-floor apartment has been sealed. No entry allowed as police investigates a missing boy.
If he's okay, we need to find him.
ACS called the NYPD Thursday to conduct a wellness check. Police say the 50-year-old mother told officials she did not have a child and allowed them inside. The boy was nowhere to be found, and police sources say a canine detected blood inside the fridge. An ACS investigator was also on scene looking into an alleged child abuse case.
It's sad. I hope they find this baby.
The mother was led out of the building in handcuffs Thursday and is now in police custody at Brookdale Hospital, where she was taken for psychiatric evaluation. Police sources say she's been uncooperative. Some neighbors haven't seen the child in 6 to 8 weeks.
The last time I saw her, like a little over 3 weeks. No.
At 11 years old, nearby residents say he was much smaller than his age.
In the stroller, yes. I remember even seeing him sucking a bottle. I thought he was a baby, making me think I'm crazy.
People who say they see them regularly say the mother and child duo has been living here for about 4 to 5 years. Neighbors say they would hear screaming inside the apartment. When outside, they say the child was always timid.
And he was usually quiet, made one that she always holding his hand.
In a statement, ACS says, as soon as this family came to our attention, we launched an investigation with the NYPD. It's not clear the last time the child was in school. A rep from DOE says they cannot comment on whether he was a student due to privacy concerns. Police sources say the mother has no prior history with ACS. Child Protective Services did respond to the apartment back in late September for an undefined allegation, but it's unclear if they made contact with the mother. Right now, the whereabouts of the young boy are still unknown. In Brownsville.
So the mother denies even having a child. Sure. How does that work? They say police in New York are searching for a non-verbal and autistic 11-year-old who has not been reportedly seen in over a month. On Saturday, police identified the missing boy as Jacob Pritchett. Police arrived at his home in Brownsville for a second time Wednesday after receiving a call concerning a welfare check made by the Administration for Child Services. Pix 11 reports that upon arrival, police found the apartment unkept and took the child's mother for evaluation. She is currently not facing any charges. They say ACS became involved after someone contacted the hotline over concerns for Jacob's safety on September 25th. The mother answered the door but refused to let state workers inside. Then police arrived and she allowed them in but claimed she never had a son. It's unclear when Jacob was last seen, but neighbors reportedly told police they hadn't seen him in around 6 weeks. One neighbor said Jacob was never outside and never went to school, and they have now produced a sketch to try and track him down. Let me see if I can grab that sketch for you all. Wow. So it sounds like something really strange is going on here. It sounds like the mother may be having some sort of problems, and I don't know. Yeah, here is the where they lived. There's a sketch of the child, and there's the mom there. They say that she never had a child. I don't know how you can claim that when people know your son. How does that work? Let's see if I can find anything else on it. Yeah, last seen over a month and a half ago. Yeah, let's go to Pix 11. They're the ones that were doing a lot of the reporting on it. Yeah, they say, yeah, it was followed by a wellness check at his home on Howard Avenue on Wednesday. Officials said Pritchard was not in the apartment when officers arrived. Officials said the boy is nonverbal and unable to provide identifying information. Where could he be for over a month? I mean, if he's nonverbal and can't ask for help or directions or anything like that, it's not like he could just fly to Arizona. He very, very concerning. That kid, something's not right with that story. Yeah, let me see what else I can find on him. Jacob Pritchard. Yeah, what's the latest update? Past 24 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna go to there's a page called Voice for the Voiceless, and they're saying the sad truth is that after weeks of searching, all we have is a sketch of 11-year-old Jacob Pritchett, a nonverbal child from Brownsville, Brooklyn, who has been missing for some time. Police discovered that Jacob was not at home during a wellness check requested by Child Services. The home has since been sealed off as a crime scene, and investigators continue to follow every possible lead. They say they are fearing the worst because there have been inconsistent stories coming out of the so called caretaker, and too much time has already passed without any sign of Jacob. They're saying he can't identify himself or ask for help due to being nonverbal. Be nice to have a family photo of him rather than a sketch. How come the mum doesn't have a photo of him that we can give to the public? That is a cause of concern. Like people have a cell phone, right? We all have cell phones with a camera in it. You would think there would be some sort of photos from family outings or fun times together. It's strange. I agree. I agree. No school photos. Yeah. Yeah, very odd. Doesn't sound great. Yeah, it sounds like something's very wrong. Jacob Pritchett. Let me check one other thing for him. You know, a month and a half is a long time to not have seen a boy who can't. You know, he needs more help. It's strange that no one's seen him. He hasn't popped up with police. You know, other groups within the city haven't run across him. People haven't seen him. There's no like sightings coming in. Very strange. Um, yeah, very little information about him too. Like I can find one news thing about it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can find. Pix 11 and that's it. Yeah, very, very little sort of information coming out. Yeah, I'm going to take you to Yahoo. Yeah, police release sketch of missing 11-year-old Brooklyn boy. And they're saying, yeah, the home was sealed off as a crime scene while authorities investigated. That's it. That's all we know. There you go. And there's this sketch of the young guy. Yeah, I have a feeling this is all going in a direction that we all know. Marlene said, be like a cat and dog mums not having a phone of their pets on their phone. Sure. Chipmunk said, when I go to the doctors or something like that, I lean into a stranger and say, you want to see a picture of my baby? Then I show them a chipmunk picture. I'd love to see their reaction. It sounds like this is not a great story. It sounds like we're going to get a very awful update shortly. I just have a really bad feeling that we're going to get one of those. Oh, the New York Post reports that investigators later brought a canine into the home. The dog reportedly picked up on traces of human blood near the refrigerator in the home. Well, that's not the update that you ever want. Yeah. NYC missing child case takes a harrowing turn after canine dog detects human blood in family apartment. Oh, yeah, that's not a great thing. There's the apartment right here. You can see it has a seal on the door. That green thing, that's a police seal on the door, basically saying, unless you're an authorized officer, do not go past that point. There you go. These premises have been sealed by the NYC Police Department to Section 435 Administrative Code. All persons are forbidden to enter unless authorized by the police department or public administrator. So there you go. They have basically cordoned off that home and sealed the door. So that if this is tampered with, they will know because it'll be broken. So there you go. The caseworkers who searched the home found no signs that the boy lived there. That is very telling. When police asked where the boy was, she flew into a rage and insisted that she never had a child and lived alone. NYPD detectives ultimately brought a canine dog into the apartment, which detected traces of human blood in and around the refrigerator. They say, but the boy was not found in the home and investigations continue. The mum was hospitalized as a emotionally disturbed person, but was not being charged criminally by Friday morning. Ugh, it's not good. Yeah, let me see if I can get that photo. There you go. There's the seal on the door for you. Joe said, I tried to put a seal on my door once, but it kept clapping and barking and asking for fish treats, and my neighbor hated it, so I had to let it go. Joe, I know. You got to get the ones from Home Depot. They're way more quieter. Don't go to Dollar Tree. Those ones, those ones are very loud, obnoxious, and they need a bit of work. The ones from Home Depot are way better. And they're American made too. They don't come from China. They're American made. Marlene said Ping was talking about getting a neon sign. Possibly. Chipmunk said, happy to send you pictures anytime. Sure. I get it. Hey, Jeanette. Jeanette says, my son hates having his picture taken, so I only have one or two. Well, at least you got one or two and you don't have to do a sketch like this person. Yeah, let me check something. All right. Okay. We're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here for the night. He got a Timu seal? Yeah, Joe went to Timu. That's where he got his loud seal from. All right. All right. That's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I love you all. I hope you have a good night out there. We'll be back. And then on the weekend, we're going to do fun nights with Ping on my second channel, Ping Unfiltered. We're going to hang out, try some American food. I don't know, just do some random stuff. If there is a product from America that you want me to try and you think, oh, Ping has to try this from America. Oh, Mrs. Ping wants to try, what is it? She wants to try Butterfinger. They apparently in America, they have a marshmallow one. So I think we're going to try find one, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, she wants to try a Butterfinger marshmallow flavor. She keeps seeing the ad on television. So on the American TV, they have a guy that looks like a pumpkin and his head is on fire. And then he's on like a horse or something. And he's like, try the Butterfinger marshmallow flavor. And it's on like every 10 minutes on American cable TV. So she keeps seeing the pumpkin guy and she's like, I want to try the marshmallow Butterfinger. So advertising apparently does work. It does get people to buy your products, apparently. Hey, Four Sons Mom, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, my friend. So yeah, we'll look for that. We'll go to there's a USA food store that's half an hour or so away. I think we will have a look there and see what they have. Hey Joe, good night. Yeah, you too, mate. Yeah, love you too. Have a good day out there. Did you get back from Oklahoma? Let me know. I'll see you next time. All right, Joe. Get some rest. You're probably exhausted. Marlene says, feel good story. They found the Lowe's VA cat. That is good news. Anytime we find a lost cat, that is great news. Yeah, do I have the other channel up? I'll post it in the comments. I'll post it in the comments if you want to subscribe to Ping Unfiltered. First show will be this weekend. This weekend will be our first show. We'll try some American foods, sort of like Good Mythical Morning. If you watch Good Mythical Morning, it'll be sort of like that, but with an Australian flair. So we will be like that. We'll test some things. I'll tell you my honest opinion, and you'll see what I think about it. Kelly says, good night, Ping. Yeah, love you guys too. See you tomorrow. Bye.